Hello everyone, welcome to AdCreative AI. On this video, I'm going to be talking about the new version of our product Photoshoot AI. So what we did is that we renewed our project type a bit. So basically when you're on AdCreative AI and when you click on the generate button, you're going to see that product photo ad says new next to it because it's a completely renewed version of it. So the first step is not changed, pretty much the same. We are one of the only products on the market that you can generate diffusion model in painting, so product photo shoots in almost every size and perfect composition. What other companies are doing is mostly square or landscape, and the way that they work is that they generate square because most of their AI models are designed for square images. But what we do is that we trained our AI with different type of image sizes, especially for social media ads, so that regardless of where you're advertising, that could be Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, any kind of story format, portrait, or even Pinterest, we cover 100% of all sizes. So in this example, I'm going to use portrait. The reason that I'm going to be using portrait is that in social media, especially on phones, portrait covers a bit more space, and more space means more place to give attention on. So, and what happens is that your ads kind of perform better, and that's up to 30-35% improvement, which is funny because compared to 1080 on vertical size, it's almost covering 30% more, which also kind of equals to the improvement in CTR. So I guess that's kind of the idea here, where if your image basically covers more space on somebody's phone, they're more likely to click. So I'm going to click on portrait, and then the second step, this is where we have the improvement of it. So on this example, I'm using Nivea as a brand because summer is coming, so let's do something for sunscreen. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to click on library, select one of my images and continue with selected. You're going to see that our AI is going to write what the product is and the description of it, including the colors. So I have absolutely nothing to do. It's going to even remove the background by itself. So I'm going to click on next, and as you can see, this step is done. So one of the improvements on the second step was that the AI writes everything for you, and it's a bit more simplified user interface. But the biggest change is on the third step. So what happens with the third step is that we have a lot of different presets now, and they're perfectly categorized. So there's monochrome, interior, neutral, etc. But since we do a sunscreen, let's go ahead and try to find something that fits this. I think beach would be great, so let's click on see all. I think something like this would make a lot of sense: beach, picnic, blanket, etc. So let's scroll down, let's find something else as well. I mean, not every city has like, you know, a sea or ocean or something. So let's use this garden as well, because if you're doing ads, why not? That kind of makes sense. Then I'm gonna go create something custom. So as you can see, AI already recommended me 2 different ones, and you can always save some stuff for the future one. So that's kind of cool. That is cool as well. So I'm gonna click on this one. I'm going to create a style, and if you like this style, if you want to use it in the future, you can always save it for later as well. And when you save it for later, it's going to appear here. So I'm just going to create it for the moment. I have 3 of these styles. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to show you a small trick that you cannot do anywhere else. This is something that we developed internally. It took a bit of time, but at the end, the results are amazing. So if you remember AdCreative AI, and this feature is that you can select up to 6 styles, and we're going to give you 6 outputs. So at least 1 per image, and if you do 3, we are going to give 2. If it is 4, we are going to do 4 plus 2, etc. So some of the presets are going to get 2 outputs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and upload our product image as a style reference. So what style match does is that it tries to use these colors and objects kind of stuff for the output. And what happens is that it almost feels like you designed a complete background with this image's colors, and it makes that photo shoot way more customized, right? So I'm gonna go to this part, and I'm gonna actually search here. I'm gonna write something like let's say studio. So you don't have to write very in depth, you can just leave some keywords. So I'm gonna write something like studio backgrounds, yellow and blue transition, and that's not a crazy brief. So I'm going to use our AI to improve the prompt, so it's going to rewrite that prompt, which made it pretty beautiful, and you can always save that for later as well. So I'm happy with these 4. I'm going to go ahead and click on generate. So what's going to do AdCreative AI is that it's going to take your product, remove the background, understand the presets, and then generate some backgrounds and in-paint your product into those images. So it's literally creating some kind of a photo shoot. So if you went and hired some people to take a photo shoot of your product and then ideally turn them into ads, because that's going to be our next steps, these buttons that you see is going to turn exactly that visual into so many ad creatives that are designed for high conversion rates. So as you can see, one of the improvements of our AI product photoshoot is this first generation, and it tells you what type of styles have been used. So as you can see, it started bringing the outputs. The shadows are looking great. Again, another one that looks great. And if you scroll down, there's different ones, and style match, as you can see, looks the best, because that's one of the hacks that we have right now. So what you can do is that if you would like to go ahead and click on generate more, it's going to give you 6 other images. While it gives us 6 other images, let's go ahead and read this part that says commercially safe for advertising. So we do 2 things right now. Number 1 is that every single data used in the data set of this training model is completely commercially free, which means whatever you generate on AdCreative AI, you can never be sued in terms of, hey, my art was used in your dataset or in your AI, etc. So that's one of the protections that we give. And the second thing is that we are one of the only brand on planet right now, that's only platform that goes ahead and scans a visual every time it is generated. So when an image is generated, we go and scan it. And when we scan it, we try to find anything that might be trademarked, anything that may actually give you trouble later on in terms of legality, right? So in this case, for example, if there was a, I don't know, if there was a different competitor of Nivea, for example, was in this image, or another product was visible, most probably it wouldn't say that commercially safe. It's going to give you error. AdCreative AI is still a platform for creators, so you can generate anything for your personal reasons, etc. But it's going to tell you that if you advertise this, you may have a problem. So that's the second layer of the protection that we give you. So we did another generation. As you can see, there are some outputs again, and of course these ones always are the coolest ones, style match. But again, if you would like to use this, it's amazing. Again, another one that is perfect shadows, etc. So I kind of like this one. I'm going to click on convert to ads. So what convert to ads does is that it's going to directly convert this image into ready to use ads that are conversion focused. So I have this Nivea website. Let's go ahead, because I don't want to write text. I'm not sure what are the best practices. So I'm just going to go ahead, scan my website, click on save and generate, and it's going to write all the headlines for me. Tired of sunburns and premature aging. I'm not super happy with that. There is several different options I can select from. So let's just scroll down and see what else we have. That's kind of cool. Why not? Want to protect your skin while respecting the ocean. Protect your skin, call to action. There's even a small icon here that is protect. And if I'm happy, I'm going to click on generate. And this is the only right now pipeline on planet that takes your photo, turns it into a beautiful looking, professional looking product photo shoot, and then takes those product photo shoots and turns them into ready to use conversion focused ad creatives. And you're going to see that all these ad creatives are going to be fully high conversion rates. And basically what is high conversion rate is that, just like you see here, commercially safe for advertising, what's going to happen is that in this screen the same thing applies. So every visual that is generated is also for high conversion rates, which means that you're going to get a score just like the previous label that's going to tell you, hey, out of 100 I give this 94. So as you can see, the more I scroll, there is more visuals that AdCreative AI generated that is ready to go. So you have your title, you have your call to action, you have your logo ready to go. If you like another design is also ready. So that's the idea. We turn your product photo shoots in a matter of seconds ready to use ad creatives, and that's one of the only platforms on planet that can do this in one pipeline in a matter of seconds. So that's it. I just wanted to show you what is what we've done with the product photo ad generator. If you're not a user of AdCreative AI, you have 7 days free trial, 10 free credits. You can go ahead and generate as many visuals as you want on AdCreative AI. We are so confident in our product that we never charge you for generation. You will never be charged for prompting. You're never gonna be charged for something unless you download that visual or unless you download that output. So go ahead, you have 10 free credits, and if you're already a user of AdCreative AI, anyway, you're gonna see this renewed in your next login. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you on the next video.